guys, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, not only so you know when I have new content, but also so I can include you in my subscriber shout out. I'm shouting out two very special subscribers today, so stay tuned to the end of this video in case that's you. For today's video, we are playing another round of Disney trivia, but this time we are going to be playing Disney Villains Quotes Trivia. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put a quote up on the screen by one of our famous Disney villains, and you're going to have to see if you can guess who said that quote. Let's not wait anymore, let's get started. Kicking things off with quote number 1. Death is the only adventure you have left. So you guys have to guess who said, death is the only adventure you have left. Pretty intense stuff there from one of our Disney villains. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, if you guessed Captain Hook, congratulations. Give yourself a point. You got it right. He, of course, said this to his sworn enemy, the very magical Peter Pan. As always, if you guys want to keep score. If you just want to play along for fun, just do that. I just want this to be fun entertainment for you guys. No pressure. And if you have any ideas for what kind of trivia you want next, of course, let me know how you did on this trivia in the comment section down below, or what kind of trivia you'd like to see next. Let's move on to quote number 2. I'm surrounded by idiots. I'm surrounded by idiots. I bet a lot of you guys are gonna get this one. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I know a lot of you guys probably got this right. It was Scar. So many of you guys on my channel love The Lion King. I think this is a pretty iconic Disney villain quote. I'm surrounded by idiots. Like I said, y'all, tough stuff from these villains, but of course, as we said in our Disney Villains Ranked video, we live to love our Disney villains. Moving on to quote number 3. You're speechless, I see, a fine quality in a wife. I'm holding myself back from delivering these lines in the way that they're delivered in the movie because I don't want to give it away, but it is so tempting because these performances are so good that you just want to impersonate them. So who said, you are speechless, I see, a fine quality in a wife? Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, of course, this terrible quote was delivered by the very villainous Jafar to Jasmine in Aladdin. This part is actually funny in the movies because it's so terrible that all you can do is laugh, so I knew I had to include this one in our villains quotes. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having fun. Let's move on to our next quote. I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh look, you're here too. So who said this? This is actually maybe hands down one of my favorite Disney quotes. I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh look, you're here too. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you guessed Mother Gothel, congratulations, give yourself a point. You got it right. I love Tangled. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and this part is one of the parts that just right off the bat cements Mother Gothel as someone you absolutely loathe. But one of the things I think that's really cool about her as a villain is she is very like passive aggressive and does these things to Rapunzel very quickly in a way where she insults her and then moves on past it really quick, so she doesn't have time to respond. It just makes her so evil. All right, let's move on to number 5. Now you know how it feels to be just like everyone else. We're halfway there with this quote. Now you know how it feels to be just like everyone else. So So there's going to be 10 total today, so we are halfway there. This is a tricky one. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This quote belongs to Hades, one of our funniest Disney villains, also one of our most diabolical. Of course, he says this to Hercules after he tricks him into giving up his strength. Hercules, great movie, great soundtrack. Hades, great villain. Let's move on to quote number 6. You idiots, you fools, you imbeciles. Also, another really, really tricky one. I think a lot of you guys are going to put one of 2 people for this one. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This quote is actually by Cruella de Vil in 101 Dalmatians. She says this to Horace and Jasper, her very, very terrible henchmen. But I think that this is a tricky one because Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty actually says to her minions, fools, idiots, imbeciles. So I really actually love that they had these 2 female villains say something that was really similar. It's kind of almost like Cruella paying, you know, a little bit of a tribute to Maleficent there. But I thought that would be a good tricky one because that is so similar to the Maleficent quote. All right, let's move on to our next. Don't let the wish grow cold. Don't let the wish grow cold. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This quote is by the original Disney villain, the evil stepmother, the queen from Snow White. Of course, we know she says this whenever she comes to Snow White in disguise as an old woman and tricks her into eating the poisonous apple by telling her it's a wishing apple. Don't let the wish grow cold. Ooh, so spooky. That part always scared me so much, and if I'm being honest, still scares me a little bit to this day. All right, moving on to quote number 8. You had me monologuing. You had me monologuing. I also think this is going to be one that a lot of you guys get just based off of the things I hear you say and talk about in some of your favorite films you mention on the channel. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you guessed Syndrome, congratulations, you got it right. I know so many of you guys love The Incredibles, and I know a lot of you guys love The Incredibles because you feel like Syndrome is such a great villain. I definitely think that Syndrome is different and interesting than a lot of the villains we see because we get to see his entire backstory in the film, which I think is really enjoyable. You kind of, you know, maybe you don't agree with why he is the way he is, but you can have an understanding and see what made him that way. So I think that makes Syndrome a really interesting villain. All right, let's move on to our penultimate. It's much more fun, I must confess, when lives are on the line. Very sinister stuff here, guys. So who said, it's much more fun, I must confess, when lives are on the line? Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, this was said by Oogie Boogie, the villain in Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my all-time favorite movies, not even just Disney movies, of all time. Oogie Boogie is such a great villain, so terrifying, and also very musically gifted, which I love. All right, you guys, let's move on to our last quote, number 10. Or to save on postage, I'll just poison him with this. I honestly feel like everybody's gonna get this one. I feel like I talk about this on my channel too much for y'all not to get it. So who said, Or, to save on postage, I'll just poison him with this. Get those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, one of the all-time great villains, one of my personal favorite villains. This was, of course, said by Yzma in Emperor's New Groove. This is when she and Krunk are planning to murder Kuzco, and this whole series is just absolutely hilarious. If you guys haven't seen this movie, just stop everything you're doing right now, even just stop this video and go watch it, because I promise you are gonna love it. And with that, we are done with today's trivia. I hope you guys had fun. Let me know how you did in the comment section down below. I know you guys crushed it. Now let's move on to our subscriber shout out. All right, I actually want to give 2 shout outs today, starting with Porkins. Porkins, you're new to my channel. I don't actually know if that's your name. I'm sorry, I should have asked before this, but I just want to thank you for subscribing. You subscribed recently and you've been really involved. You've been really present. You're always here commenting and letting me know that you're enjoying the videos and giving good feedback, and I'm just really grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here on my channel and being so positive and supportive. I also want to give a special shout out to Claire H. Claire, you are so sweet. You subscribed a while ago and you always just have the kindest things to say in comments. I see you here playing along, spreading positivity, being so happy, and I am just so grateful that you are here on my channel. So grateful to have you all. I really do consider you guys friends. You bring me so much joy. Thank you not only for, just being here today, but subscribing. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you here again very soon on Alleyways. Bye!